Happy Monday, you guys. We are gonna do some new makeup today. So if you are new to my page, my name is Lauren. I'm 44 years old. I love teaching easy makeup tips, strategies, sharing the makeup finds that I love for maturing skin. And so that's what we're gonna do today. I have gotten so many requests from you guys to talk about a different type of cream makeup that is a stick, because a lot of you are having a hard time with some of the other stuff that I've used in the past. And so I'm gonna show you something I've been using for a long time. So say hi, and that's what we're gonna do today. I'm actually really excited about this because I've been trying out this makeup for about a month now, and I really, really like it. So we're gonna pull back my hair. If you're new here, or if you're old here, you guys know I love my Saint makeup. I still use this. But the problem is a lot of you are saying these tins are hard for you. So I'm gonna show you something that if you have a hard time with dexterity, if you want to just like have something very easy and simple, we're gonna do some stick makeup. I'm gonna show you a couple of different companies today because one of them, hi Kelly, how are you? One of them is having a buy one, get one half off, all face. And then the other one, like I said, I've been using. Hello from Germany. You guys, I hope you're having a good Monday. I hope you had a good Mother's Day if you celebrated that. But let's get straight into this, okay? So I got sunburned yesterday and I had on a lot of sunscreen. I was at my daughter's soccer game yesterday. That's how I spent my day. And even though I put sunscreen on, I still got really red. So I'm really red. I have my sunscreen on right now, but I'm gonna just start by putting on a little bit of a base to kind of cover up some of this redness because I normally am not this red. My son is coming home, so it might be loud for a minute. So I'm gonna start with this BB cream. Hi, Jax. I'm gonna start with this BB cream. This is the Celesty. So I'm gonna be showing you Celesty products today, and then I'm gonna show you the other stick makeup that I'm like really excited to share. And then I will post all of this. So I will make sure I make a list of everything I used when I post this on my main page, and you can save it, and then I'll put the link. So it'll make it really easy for you guys. This is the BB cream, and it is in the shade 02, which is fair. I would say I don't have a lot of self-tanner on, so I'm gonna use this color. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on, and then I'm gonna take these e.l.f. drops. So if you want like more of a bronzy makeup look, these are so good. They're a dupe for the Drunk Elephant drops, and they're way cheaper. So if you haven't used those, I do really like them. So I like to use this BB cream to kind of even everything out. This also has an SPF in it, so I'm getting not only the sunscreen that I put on, I'm getting another SPF using this. And I just kind of put it all over the face. And then I'm going to use, this is my BK Beauty 101 brush. This is my favorite foundation brush I've been using, hands down lately. What I love about it, see how it's kind of like domed like this? A lot of you have been asking me about brushes. If you were gonna invest in one foundation brush, this one is awesome. It works with liquid and cream, but it's very dense. So you're gonna get a really nice medium to full coverage with it. And then this is a little tip, a little pro tip for you. If your makeup is not blending out well, try this. So you're gonna take setting spray. So if you go on with a dry brush onto wet products, a lot of times you can get streaky, and it just, especially with mature skin, you can look a little more textured. So take a setting spray, spray it on your brush. What is going on? Hold on. My nozzle is acting so strange on this one. Let's see. Okay, we're kind of getting a straight shot here. That's weird. Okay, and then you're just gonna blend everything together. And with that setting spray, it's gonna hold the makeup in place, so you don't have to fix your makeup all day, but it's also going to go on a lot more dewy and give you a nice, smooth finish. And I also like to press. So if you're swiping your products, no matter what you're using, if you're swiping your products, it's just not gonna go on really smoothly. So just tapping is great. Now this BB cream is really great mixed with the e.l.f. drops. If you just don't wear a lot of makeup and you just want a little bit of coverage, this is really light. So I like this one. Once again, I'm using the shade 02, and I will make sure that I link everything for you. But you can see that just took out the redness pretty easily without a lot of product on the face. So that's the BB cream from Celesty. And like I said, they're having a buy one, get one half off, all things face. So I'm gonna be showing you some products from Celesty because I know a lot of you are looking for affordable, good makeup products, and Celesty definitely has them. I really like them. Okay, so now I've got kind of some coverage. I've got my SPF on top of my other SPF, so I am very covered, especially because I got so burned yesterday. And I'm gonna show you some of the products I've been using. Okay, so I have tried a lot of different stick form foundations and bronzers, and I have not really shared them because I haven't loved them. This one is by Merit. If you have tried Merit, give me a thumbs up. But I am obsessed with Merit. So this is their bronzing, one of their bronzing sticks. It's in the color Sienna, something like that. This one I would say is like a lighter bronzer. But I love their cream products. They're very smooth. And they're gonna go on really nice on mature skin. So I like to always start with a bronzer. This is a great way to just put a little bit on your hand. My brush is still a little bit wet from the setting spray, but I'm just gonna tap that on. See, I'm not gonna waste product because I'm just making sure it's really all over the brush. And then I'm gonna start by just kind of blending it onto the apples of the cheeks and then over the nose. And that's gonna give me a really nice coverage. So what I like about this bronzer, especially with mature skin, is that it's just, it's not heavy. Neither of these products I'm gonna show you are heavy. They're very, very light. So if you're someone who puts on makeup and feels like it's heavy on the skin, you will like these because they are not gonna be heavy. And a little really does go a long way. Yes, I keep adding some to my brush, or into my hand, but I just wanna make sure I'm getting a really even coverage. So I'm just putting that all over and just coming straight on. I like to use my hand, make sure it's clean, but I like to use my hand as like a palette because it just gives everything more smooth texture. So if you've seen people, and I've done this too in videos, put it straight onto the face. A lot of times if you do that and you do have texture here, what happens is it doesn't look like it goes on smooth and you're trying to figure out like what's going on. If you use the back of your hand with a cream, it's gonna warm everything up. And then when you use your brush and push it on here, what's gonna happen is it's going to coat the brush. So you get a much more even coverage and you can continue to kind of add depth as you go. So that's why I like that instead of just going straight onto the face. Plus going straight onto the face, you can kind of move all the products that you've already put on. And we also don't wanna do that, okay? So there we go. Really pretty, very, very nice. No sound. Can you guys not hear me? If you can't hear me, let me know. A lot of times when you can't hear me, you just need to go out and come back in because it's usually on the other end, not mine, but I just wanna make sure. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I'll wait for a minute. Let me know if you can hear me. Thank you. Okay, so if you can't hear me sometimes, thank you guys. If you can't hear me, go out of your app, swipe out of it and come back. Okay, thank you. I'll keep going. All right, next foundation. This one is so good. If you are looking for something that, thank you guys so much. I'm so glad you can hear me. I'm glad I didn't just talk to myself for the last 5 minutes. This is from Merit as well, okay? This is a cream foundation stick makeup. Now, I got it in the color, I think I went with the color Sandstone. I think I could have done multiple colors in this. The thing I like about this, it looks like this. Very, very sleek, very small, so it's easy to manipulate on the face. But what I really like about this is numerous colors work for a lot of different skin tones. So it's very sheer, but it can be buildable in coverage. So all I do is I just kind of come like this onto the face. If you use Saint and you're wondering what color kind of is similar to this one, I wear Candlelit normally, and so this is Sandstone and it works really well. So that's where I put it, okay? Super easy. What I love about this is it's so easy to control. You only need to put it where you want it, and it's just very easy, especially if you have like dexterity issues, which happens as we get a little bit older. That can also be a problem. And so anyways, I just think it's just really easy to apply. Okay, so same thing. We're gonna spray my brush with my setting spray. I kind of just dab it on my hand, make sure I don't have too much on there. And then I'm gonna start, drop in my brush. I'm gonna start and just start blending it out. And if you can see how I put this on, I put it around my bronzer because I don't need to have layers. You do not need layers. If you are layering your makeup and you're over the age of 40, that's gonna give you so much more texture, and it can really create, like if you have dryness, it sits in patches. So just not needing that extra, you don't need all that extra layer, okay? So if you notice too, I haven't put on my concealer. I'm gonna leave that for the end and I'm gonna show you why. But I'm just blending and tapping this out. Look how nicely that blends out. It's so pretty. This formula is so good. And I will link this, like I said. I got mine at Sephora. But I know that because I get so many DMs from you guys asking me where, like for a good stick type of foundation that's cream, I wanted to try this one. But also, I'm gonna show you some affordable options too here in a minute. Okay, so this one is a little more pricey. These are a little bit more pricey. I will say that. They're more high end. Okay, so I am gonna give you the Celesty kind of dupe for it as well to show you like that you can go a little bit lower. So with price point. So this one is Celesty. This one is in the color, I think it's like 01. Let me show you. It is a cream stick. See how creamy that is? This one is awesome. Blends out really nice. This one is also buy one, get one half off too. So I use 01 and 03. 01 I usually use as a concealer, which I'm gonna show you how it works, but I really like this one too. So that's another option if you're looking for something more affordable. Okay, I'm gonna build up my bronzer just a little bit more because I do like more of like that dewy look. So we're just gonna put a little bit more of this bronzer. Celesty also has a bronzer stick too, so. And I think they're like $10 or something like that. They're really, really affordable. I think Merit was like 30. So a little different in price depending on what you're looking for. Okay, now we're gonna put on some blush. So this is from Celesty as well. I believe their blushes are part of the sale as well. It's a cream blush. Super pretty. I love this color. This one is, I don't even know. Let's see. I don't know what color this is, but it's pretty. I don't know. Oh, 109 maybe, that's the color. But I'm just gonna do the same thing I did before, put a little bit on the hand and work from the hand onto the face. And I'm just gonna place that a little higher. Now with this method, if you go straight onto the face, which you totally can, you can go like this and just kind of place it if you're looking for like a higher placement and you're not sure where to put it, you can start right there. Or if you work off your hand, you just might need to build the color. But it's just a really pretty sheer blush. I love this one. So this one is also nice. They have them in a lot of different colors. But creams, if you are more mature skin, it's just, they have lots of different colors. So it's not just the one I'm using. If you're looking for something for mature skin to not show texture, I just think creams are it's the best way to go. Using that also on the lips. So super, super easy. All right, so that is literally like my face, but we're gonna put on a little bit of concealer. I like to do concealer last because what it's gonna do is it's gonna clean up anywhere that I might have messed up on my bronzer or my blush. I'm gonna use, this is the Celesty color corrector. I love this one as well. This is also buy one, get one half off, and I'm gonna use this brush from IT Cosmetics. And I'm gonna start because I do have some hollows under there. Is it the same brush for applying everything? Yes, so I use the 101 to apply everything on the face, but when I get to the under eyes, you don't wanna use a brush this big because you just can't get under there. So I'm just using a smaller brush for that. But Saint has a good one, BK Beauty has a good under eye one. I cannot link this one for some reason. I don't know why, but I absolutely love it. It's from IT Cosmetics. Okay, I'm gonna correct this discoloration with kind of this peachy tone. And the nice thing about this corrector palette is that you have so many different colors. So if you're trying to correct different areas of the under eye and you feel like you can't, it's all different colors, you can use a lot of the different colors to correct. So I'm just going like just right under here. Use your finger for this, you don't need a brush. And I'm just gonna kind of correct and bring that, and all I'm doing is just kind of combating that discoloration before I go in and brighten with my concealer. And a lot of us have that discoloration on the outer corner of the eye and the inner, and some of us have it on the middle, and so I'm just bringing whatever's left on the brush, just right under there. Really easy. It doesn't have to be super crazy or specific. If I wanted to go a little bit deeper, I could just use this one and kind of press that on anything that's a little bit deeper toned. So this is like more of the orangey color, because that's gonna get rid of any blues, like that. Okay, once I've corrected, then I'm gonna go in with my concealer, and that's the Celesty one I was showing you. It's a cream stick. I like to put it right here in the inner corner. I like to put it on the outer corner of the nose, and then right here on the outer corner of the eye for lift. So those are the 3 spots that I suggest. And the reason I'm bringing it right here is because I have like a little bit of a hollowing there, so that's gonna plump forward everything. Same brush, spray again with your setting spray. This is gonna make sure everything's holding together, and it also makes it so you don't have to use setting powder, which is kind of nice. See how that just blurs like that? Just kind of plumps that area. And then I'm going to just take this into kind of right here. A lot of us have a pocket right there, and that's also gonna kind of push that forward, make it a little bit more plump. Whatever's on my brush, I'm then gonna come under. So I'm not applying majority of my product under the eye. I'm just taking what's on the brush. And then I'm gonna bring it up into the hollow area here. And you can see I'm coming along the blush line, so everything just looks very seamless and flawless. Nice and plump. When we play with color, that's really what it's about. So when you play with concealer, we used to be taught, right, the concealer would go all over the under eye, but the problem with that is that we don't want to brighten everything under the under eye. If we did, we'd have like all our fine lines and wrinkles accentuated. So color correcting, pushing those areas back, and then just brightening the areas of the face that we want people to look at. I'm just gonna even bring it up here. That is going to make your face look a lot more dimensional too. So I'm just gonna go back with that same brush and just kind of blend that, whatever's left on my brush, like that. So my skin still looks like me. It just has that coverage, which is really, really nice. Less is always more as we age. Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna add a little bit more blush. I'm a blush person, so I'm gonna add just a little bit. I'm gonna go in with a Saint blush. This one's Huckleberry. It's in the same tone as the other one, but I'm just gonna add a little bit more because I like color on my cheeks. So there we go. Okay, now I'm gonna show you really quick how you can get an eye look. So simple. I'm gonna use the Celesty I primer. Once again, this is very affordable. And I don't know if this one's part of the sale or not though. I'm not sure. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna bring that all the way up to the brow bone. This is gonna make sure that your makeup stays on. A lot of people use concealer on the eye. I don't like that. I feel like it shows a lot of texture if you have more texture on the eyes. I prefer to use a primer. It has more grip to it. And it's gonna keep your eye makeup on all day long. Do you wear normal skincare under the BB cream? I do. So I have on my Korean skincare that I use, and then I make sure everything dries down before I put on my BB cream and my sunscreen. So I go skincare, let that sit, then I put on my sunscreen, let that sit, and then we go in with our face products. So if you're finding that things are like flaking or pilling, make sure that you're really giving like the layers that you're putting on with skincare and everything else, giving it time to dry down before you go in with the next product. For years, my makeup was pilling, and I realized that a lot of my products were not working together, and so I also wasn't letting them dry down, and that's really, really important. So, okay, this is probably the easiest eye look you will ever do in your life, okay? I'm all about easy, especially in the summer. So I'm gonna take that same bronzer from Merit that I used on my face. I'm gonna take a fluffy eyeshadow brush. This one's from Saint. It's got a double end, and I'm just gonna go straight into the product. So just like this, okay? Coat my brush evenly, and then I'm gonna look straight ahead, and I'm gonna start by just putting that bronzer above my natural crease because I wanna have some lift. And as I'm blending, I'm just kind of blending it out to the tail. So holding it down really low is really key. A lot of us grip right here, and if you're doing that, you're gonna put too much product on, and you're also just gonna have like this grip on your brush that's gonna make everything look kind of not as blended out. So the softer you can touch it to your eye and blend that way, the more it's gonna look more natural, okay? Now, as I've got that kind of marked out, I am gonna take it onto the lid as well. Now, this is a soft bronzer, so if you wanted more of like a deeper look, you can always use, a darker bronzer. I just wanted something really natural, and that's what I love about this look is it's just really natural. So if you're not an eyeshadow girl or you're like experimenting with eyeshadow, this is a great first eyeshadow look to start with. So once I've got that marked out where I want it, I'm gonna keep blending in small circles. I might do a windshield wiper motion occasionally, but for the most part, I'm just taking like small circles into the areas of the eye and just working slowly. Eyeshadow, sometimes it takes a minute because you do need to work slowly to get it blended out really nicely. I'm laughing because we have cement guys and they're literally in my backyard, and I always face a window when I'm doing my makeup videos, so they're just literally staring at me while I do my eyeshadow. It's really funny. We just keep smiling. Okay, so once you've got that, you could stop there, okay? But we're not gonna stop there because I wanna show you a really easy look. I'm actually gonna just take it on the pencil end too and just kind of smudge it underneath for a little bit of depth as well. Okay, you could stop there, but let me show you one more. So these eyeshadow sticks are from Amazon. They are from the company Julep. I really like them. I'm gonna use like this champagne color, and I'm going to take it on my finger. And I'm just kind of coloring it onto my finger, and then I'm gonna press it onto the lid. And I'm keeping it from about halfway from the middle of the eye to the inner corner, and just pressing that on, and that's gonna really open up the eye. You can take it a little higher too. Such a pretty eye look, and it's so simple. And these come in all different colors, so if you're someone who likes like more pinks, if you want a darker color, they have all different colors. I like this just because it's super natural. Hopefully you can see that on camera. Okay, that's it. It's so easy. And you can go over it with a little bit of translucent powder if you wanted to. For me, I don't need that. I already got my eyeshadow primer. I have very dry lids, so I don't need to do that. I'm gonna take my Kosas. This is my absolute favorite. This and Urban Decay are the only two liners that I will use, that I will pay the money for that. And I'm just gonna run it under on the lashes. So I'm not on the waterline, not on the waterline. If you go on the waterline, it's going to smudge and you're gonna get transfer. I'm literally like on the lash line, and I'm just coloring in between it. Super simple. If you have hooded eyes, one of the best ways to line your eyes, because you don't have that real estate on the lid, is to just color in between the lids, or in between the lashes, and you don't have to be like really good at it. You just run it back and forth. You can also take like a brush and pull up and do it that way. For me, I think like looking down and just running it that way works really easy. Okay, and you can do that as long as you need to. I'm gonna put it a little bit under the eye, really keeping it on the outer corner. I don't wanna bring it too far under the eye because I don't wanna make it look like my eye's smaller. And then I'm just gonna take my finger and pull it out for a little wing. Like so easy, okay? We don't need to overcomplicate eyeshadow or liner. So see, I'm just looking down and coloring on the lash line. If you go on the waterline, it can also really screw up your eyes. So just like literally on the lashes. Think about like you're filling in between each lash. And then under the eye, just a little bit. And then you can just take it like that. Super easy. Is that a copper color or my liner? My liner is in the color, I don't know if it tells me. Oh, Supreme. It's kind of like a brown, I'll show you. Just like a brown, kind of like, I don't even know if it's copper. I would say it's more like a chocolate brown. So it's lighter. So it's just gonna give you a really easy everyday look. This was one I reach for all the time. I really like this color, and it's a gel eyeliner, so it'll stay put. And then we're just gonna use my favorite mascara. Okay, look at this wand. If you're looking for something, especially if you have hooded eyes and you're looking for a wand that's gonna help you almost like make it look like you have eyeliner on without having to put eyeliner on, or you want something that's going to help with hooded eyes because it's hard to get into that real estate, look for a brush that looks like this. This one is an $18 mascara, so it's like a drugstore, like going to the drugstore, but it's from Celesty as well. And like I said, they're having a big like last day sale today. And this one, I'm telling you, I've not had one customer who's like, I hate this thing. They love this mascara, and it's the only one I keep reaching for. And I try high-end mascaras all the time, but this one is awesome. So you can kind of hold it at the base of the lash and kind of wiggle, and that gives you like almost like an eyeliner look. It's awesome. This stuff is so good. It's the False Lashes mascara, and it's on the Celesty website, which I will, like I said, I'll link all of this and I'll write it all down for you guys. But I love it, especially if you like to kind of put a little on your bottom lash. It's so easy because it's very, very, very small brush. And you can really get to the outer corner. I love this stuff. It's really good. And I think it only comes in black. I don't think it comes in brown, but I just love this wand so much. Because as we age, our eyes get more hooded anyway. They get smaller, and this just makes it really easy to apply. So I just wiggle and then roll up. And really, really, if you want more of a lift, really focus on that outer lashes out here, and you'll get more of that lift too. Super easy. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so easy, that's it. Then you can spray your face and you are totally done. So there you have it, you guys. Simple, easy, natural makeup. You still look like you. It looks great with maturing skin, and it's not heavy. And that's one thing, as we age, we don't need to have heavy makeup. So like I said, I will post this on my main page. I will make sure I go and I actually make a list of all the colors I'm using, everything. The Celesty website, they are having a sale. I can't link individual products, so when you go to the website, I will make sure I put their whole name so you can search it in there. But if you have any problems, just message me. I would love to help you. I hope this was helpful. If you are looking for like a stick foundation, check out Merit. They're awesome. So, and Celesty, like I said, if you're looking for more affordable options, this is great too. So hope you guys have a good Monday, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.